Akata choko choko. Make it. Are we live? Okay, we're live on YouTube and Facebook. And now we're going live on radio. Esi-Ìfẹ, get ready. It's going to be a lovely day. Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Vintage Show with the Fudge and friends. Wherever you are listening to us or watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you are welcome. This studio, we are rocking it together. They say charity begins from home. Let me start with the one who's with me here, at least one of them. This morning, good morning, dark and lovely. Esi-Ìfẹ, Arogundade, good morning.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome to a lovely and a great day. Welcome to another Saturday where we give you all that we have for you.
Ah, the I was rolling with the accolades until you just about broadly. Anyway, good morning. You welcome to the show. Like Esi-Ìfẹ says, we are going to have a good time today, and also smiling and looking at me like a very serious headmistress is Omolara Famuyiwa online. Good morning, Omolara.
Good morning, Mr. Fudge. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lagos. Welcome to another beautiful weekend and welcome to the Vintage Show.
Thank you, Omolara, thank you, and of course the big man, my co-anchor, and the man after my heart, Tokunbo Ojekunle. Good morning, Mr. T.
Good morning, Fudge. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lagos, Nigeria, diaspora, wherever you are. Nice to be with you again, Fudge. Another promising weekend, and the crew
Yes,
we're all ready to go. So here we are.
yes. Thank you, my brother. Well, what do we expect today? We have a usual lineup: entertainment news, possible headline reviews, possible Niger trends, and hopefully rewind into 2009. But let's start with our teasers. Today is, I don't know why, most of the songs I have on the list is about love, and God's love is favor. So this piece is from Lawrence Oyo. It says favor. Let's start with that. I hope you're shouting it wherever you are. Favor. Surrounded like a shield. Well, we'll use the moment to also share with you our quotes for the week. And it says, "He who refuses to obey cannot command." That's a truism. He who refuses to obey cannot command. I mean, it's logical, isn't it? The leadership demands discipline, being respectful, being I mean to what do you call it, to get to make people respect you. You also have to show respect. To make people follow you, you have to also follow someone else, or you must have followed someone. So let's be disciplined. You can want to command and then you can't obey. Simple instruction: don't throw litter on the ground. From the car, pure. Get out the car. You without fishing, walk on the street, they drop things and litter the road, and yet just by the side you see, do not litter. And the man is the litter man himself. He used to litter all the you can't. If you refuse to obey, you cannot command. You cannot lead. Well, moving on. That our knowledge booster. Yeah, we are fact checking common sayings, popular sayings on the social media and all kinds of media. You must have heard when they say, "Do you know that a small amount of alcohol on a scorpion will drive it insane and cause it to sting itself to death?" Now, a small amount of alcohol, the one you shark and you still shake body, on a scorpion will drive it insane and cause it to
Yeah.
sting itself to death. That's what we are told. We have this fact checker, and this is what it says: it is false. He said this is a myth. While alcohol may make a scorpion more aggressive or disoriented, it will not intentionally sting itself to death. What they call exoskeleton. Their exoskeleton prevents self envenomation. That means there is venom. So they cannot kill themselves by, because they are angry or are driven mad by alcohol. My brother, it's a big lie. Lawrence Oyo, for that love or prayerful entry to this show. Favor, favor. Let's move on. On this show, you can join us in any of our segments. You can chat with us, give us your comment, your views. The number to call is 0913-697-3485. I repeat, the number to call us to chat and make your comments is 0913-697-3485. We move on to Esi-Ìfẹ's desk. And Omolara's, what will you call your own now? Omolara's
Corner.
if you can swing it. Let's see how it goes. We start with the first story from Esi-Ìfẹ Arogundade. And before that, I've been touched. Uh, Not the spirit of God by this time, but the spirit of advertisement. We need to go on commercial, come back, and then stand up. So Molara and Esi-Ìfẹ, please come on board. Okay, okay. We now start with entertainment news from Esi-Ìfẹ and Omolara. Let's go.
Entertainment industry like a battlefield. Bam Bam. Actress Bam Bam says the entertainment industry is a battlefield where only the strong survive. She credits her resilience to her faith, noting that opportunities are scarce, especially for female actors. Despite the challenges, she's determined to make a global impact, winning national awards, and even establish her own film academy. Could she be Nollywood's next big global star? Maybe.
You ask your question, you answer it.
You answered the question.
You answer it. Okay. Mama is one from Big Brother Abi.
Yes,
That
yes,
okay. That married one of our co-inmates, I believe.
yes. And
Oh,
also
okay.
an actor.
Also an actor. Yeah, yeah. It's everything in life is like a battlefield. Actually,
Jeez,
uh,
jeez.
it is. It's survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
Even family life now. Family life is a battle. Political life is a battle. Economic life is a battle. Every aspect of human life. If you want to succeed and be successful, you need to battle through. So the
yeah.
young woman just that, God will
Nothing,
give you
nothing
the
comes easy, Fudge.
nothing comes easy. I don't know if he's joining us. He has just come from his sabbatical. We haven't seen him like weeks. If you are still with us, if you're able to see us, I see you. Good morning this morning. Alex Ogundadegbe, our long lost co-author, Abiko Anko, is here again.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Great to be back. Good morning, Lagos.
Thank, thank you. Thank you. We'll send thank you note to Miyajebu for making it possible for us to see you this morning. Yeah.
She heard you. She just laughed.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Alex. Alex has been for like 4 weeks, but we are glad you are back. It's great to have you. Okay, I'm
Welcome,
gonna
Alex.
start
Thank you.
Egungun song.
Yeah.
Egungun welcomes a baby. Media personality Kunye Adegoke, popularly known as Egungun, is officially a proud father. He took to Instagram on Wednesday to share the joyful news with a heartfelt post saying, Nala, from love you were created, in love you will grow. And they say big congratulations to the new parents. May this new journey be filled with love and happiness for them.
I wanted to say, when I read the story, I wanted to say, which one? I know, I think I've seen him. He goes around interviewing people, some crazy questions and all that. And so that's what made him a media personality, right? Like, I don't know why. What's the story? Is that what made
Everybody is
him?
a leader.
Everybody's now a media personality.
Is the media
I
personality?
said everybody's now a media
Everybody is,
personality.
is it?
Everybody now.
Everybody is not the media personality, yeah? You know, and
Everybody.
well, Alex, see what your journalism has done to that. You know, now, congratulations on your baby.
Yeah.
We used to listen to
Congratulations
some
on the baby.
now. Yeah, it's this chap and these guys are making it. They're making good. I wish I had come like 35 years before. I mean
Be-
after. Okay, so that
before
I
or
will be
after?
generation. not part of talks and Alex will choose.
Why are you making me look like a Methuselah? Oh my God.
Oh my
For one
God.
story, only to be said, to be asked, did you not talk to that other guy? Did you not do this to that guy? After 15 days of intense work, now this will just call phone. They just do it, bang, 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 out in 15 minutes, and
Well, that's
with
true.
their,
That's
I
true.
like. Okay, let's move on. Esi-Ìfẹ, yes, let's see our Wuni. What does it tell us?
Nigeria has no plans for you. Awoniyi tells youth. Tems's manager, Muyiwa Awoniyi, is making waves with his blunt statements. Nigeria has no plans for you. His message to young Nigerians: don't wait for the government, create your own path. While some agree, others say citizens must also play a role in nation building. Where do you stand?
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
um, Mr. T is almost as old as Nigeria, if not older. Maybe your country has no
Fudge,
plan, has no
Fudge.
plan for
Bosu is around. I'm taking you to court. I will take you to court, Fudge.
Nigeria.
Bosu, look, Bosu, stand by.
Oh God,
but,
this generation
but you know,
today,
but you know something? No, but I'm sorry.
Mr.
This
T,
is
your
this
voice
is
is
a
not
serious
clear.
one.
I don't know what is wrong with that. He's saying something in defense of his country and his generation, but your voice is not clear. God, don't catch up.
But but honestly, what the
Okay,
guy has
while
written
Mr.
is true.
With his voice, I like to welcome India's voice, the newest offer in town, uh, and an ardent Arsenal fan. Good morning, our legal expert
Oh
and
my
social
God.
development advocate, Bosun
Good,
Oshifora. Good morning, Bosun.
good morning, Dr. Fudge. Good morning, Petit. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning, Fudge. Good morning, Bosun. Good morning.
Yeah,
Good morning. Good
Welcome.
morning.
yeah. Alex, can you speak? Let me know whether it's not only you. I mean, it's not only them.
Good morning,
Oh,
Bosun.
Mr.
okay.
Alex,
Okay.
thanks for the message.
Omolara, speak. Let me hear your voice.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Bosun. Good morning, Mr. Alex.
What
Aha. You see that? You asked her to say something. That's a test now. What do you
Oh,
test?
he said government will not be there for you, create your own path and
Mm-hmm.
all that. It's not always true. Government will sometimes make things conducive for you. Uh, if you're going to an appointment, if you're going to an appointment and you're rushing and you get there on time, it's because they've made possible the route for you to go. If they will attempt to steal your car or to frustrate your life by hoodlums and all that, and the enforcement agencies come into play to quell it, that's Nigeria happening to you. That's there are many plans that Nigeria as a country, as an entity, does have for you. It just sometimes only pojoka that too much water for the north swallow, and therefore things don't happen as you deem, especially when you say in saner climes, as we used to say, or as we
Mm-hmm.
commonly say, right? But we all have a role to play in nation building. You are in Nigeria. You can make things better for yourself and people around you. If you have water, you have borehole, and others don't have, and they are carrying buckets up and down. You can make what's it called, a tap by your gates for them to take water uh, for free. Don't start charging money and bring koboko to be chasing people who don't pay and all that. We can make things happen. We also can have plans for people around you. Okay? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Can anybody speak? Let me hear what's the problem.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Is the speaker off?
Yes.
Oh, oh,
Do you
oh.
have a charger? Normal charger so I can put
I've been
my
charging it since I don't know what's wrong with this.
Do you have a normal charger? So I can use?
That's yes, there
Okay.
is.
It's
Check
on
my blue
now.
bag. Okay, please speak now. I think we've got the speaker here. Hello,
Okay.
I
anyone?
think
Good morning.
Yeah,
generally
is the
the
speaker here?
youths in
I'll just
Nigeria. Can you hear
hello.
me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I was just going to say generally a lot of youths in Nigeria are frustrated, you know,
Hmm.
because things are difficult. And you see that reflecting in a lot of statements that they make and in the way they behave. I think it's a general issue.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Let's. We have wasted enough time trying to get I think the problem is from our end, not the network or people at home. It's we are embarrassed by technology.
Oh dear, seems to be network issue there. The studio seems to be
Toyin
freezing up.
Abraham has been named the 2024 Trailblazer at the Silverbird Man of the Year Awards. She dedicated her win to dreamers, filmmakers, and storytellers, thanking her fans, Toyin Titans, for their love and support. A well-deserved honor for an actress who keeps breaking barriers.
Well,
Well done. Congrats, congrats.
I can't speak for. I'm sure our guys are back at the other end. I can't.
Yeah, we missed the first line. Who are we referring to, Esi-Ìfẹ?
Toyin
Tony
Abraham.
Abraham.
Oh,
It was
Tony
given
Abraham.
2024 Trailblazer
Okay.
at the Silverbird Man of the Year Awards.
Hmm.
And then several other awards. I don't think it's controversial. But in 2024, will she be called a trailblazer when we had the experts of Funke Akinde? Or that one has been blazing since. That's a repeat
She,
performance.
she keeps winning. She keeps winning everywhere. I don't know how, but
Okay. So now,
yeah.
maybe that was no longer blazing the trail. It's already it's already a trailer. It's already it's already a trailer. So it's no longer blazing the trail. Okay, I get that. I get that logic. Maybe that's it.
What
Because
what worries me is all these newspapers. Somebody starts an idea and they all follow suit. Within the whole year, you will have best woman whatever award in about five different newspaper publications. And
I'm
sometimes they are
television,
lost.
television stations have joined them. Soon,
They've got,
because next time you just hear top radio person of the year.
What
You
freaks
see,
me out? What
you
freaks
see
me
like
out
seven
most is
governors, seven governors will be governor of the year of the same year
Hobby,
from different
yeah,
organizations.
yes, now
They have different criteria.
when
very
you're
soon.
giving politicians awards, it
Yeah,
sounds suspicious.
Yeah, it's
it
always
does.
Nigerians. Nigerians.
It
Every
does.
smoke there's a fire behind it. So any award, there must be a smoke or something behind it. I'm a lover of awards, and I've never done anyone that we have to collect money or ask money or pay this and that. And I find it
No,
very
no, no,
obnoxious.
no.
Yeah, but I cannot speak for others. Because people approach me to come and do that, and this is what we would do. As if I give you slap now, you will look as if I'm assaulting you. Have you not heard about me? It's not told you that you don't come to certain people to be approaching me. You know,
Come on,
you know,
go and take award. In fact, you're overdue for an award, really. Come on, let's let's
I'm,
face let's face it
I'm,
now.
I don't even display the award again. I'm tired of looking at them, so I've packed them up. I've packed them up. I've used up to do
Okay.
firewood and all that. You know,
Well,
Fine.
I hope the awarders are not
that
listening to you.
that's unfair. But that is
You're
not
offending
fair. That is not,
I didn't measure anybody. You know, Well, all has been collecting awards for like 25 years ago, 30 years ago. Even the owners
Yeah.
may not be the same. They must have changed. They must have moved
They don't
on to
even
something else.
remember.
Or they have
They
joined
don't
politics.
remember. Yeah.
They don't remember. You know,
They don't
um,
remember. They don't
let me
remember.
give you a small story. I was given an award, by reputable people. I like them, but the award made me very uncomfortable. It was about 2010 or 2015 or what that about. That, that's more than 10, 15 years ago. And it was like legend, legend award. Something legend. I was the people that I was paired with. Shegun Oshoba, Nedeku, I said, okay, I felt that
Sorry. Sorry.
millennials. I was so, this guy was telling me, Kyle, for me, say, fuck, go now, go and collect. I was so reluctant. And then I did a bad thing. They used picture of everybody at the come for citation. They used the picture ahead of somebody else. I forgot the name of the place. I stand there and I see my head represented by another head. Oh, I'm sorry. If you guys are listening to us now,
Closing the story, Fudge. Who won?
who won? No, it's general for everybody. They chose
Oh,
about
general. Oh, no. Appreciation and recognition. Okay. All right.
Which I can be legend, not beside people like Chivo Shoba. Which kind of legend is that? You can't put Shaki and Pomo together and be saying.
Well, maybe they were looking at different categories.
Yeah, whatever category, they should have just separated another day. They now say legend of this one, the legend of legend India, and then you know put me beside them.
As Yoruba to say, Oko everybody.
But the chief was okay. The chief was happy. He was happy to see me. Well, I wasn't comfortable. I didn't like it that much, So I've kept I couldn't display the whatever the stuff they gave me. So I put inside portmanteau. Maybe by the time I'm 70, I'll be
inside what? Inside what?
Portmanteau.
You are legendary. You still use portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
Okay. Omolara, you there?
When you refer to people as old, portmanteau is appreciated.
Okay, I know. I know you got it. I know.
I'm not sure if Esi-Ìfẹ knows what a portmanteau is.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
She said no. She said she doesn't. How do you know what portmanteau?
You don't know a portmanteau?
Never.
God. Are you serious?
So that's why the award is really worth it.
It's really okay, I can't hear Omo's voice, so I will ask Esi-Ìfẹ to go on. Omolara, if you can hear me, please speak forth your story. If not, Esi-Ìfẹ will go on to, is it Nigerian designer?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Nigerian designer set sewing world record. Fashion designer Oluwọlé Kuforiji has stitched his way into the Guinness World Records. He completed a 106 hours marathon, creating 22 pieces by hand in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. Now officially a record holder, he hopes to inspire more creativity in Nigerian fashion. That's dedication, needle, and thread style.
Wow.
Congrats.
It's Bosun's kinsman. I'm very serious with your hand. He stole himself into world record.
Yes, sir.
6 hours. As in, that's like about 4 days.
That's it.
If it's not like 4 days, I know.
But honestly, I would wish to see the outcome. The what she sold.
What is sold, Abby? I don't think you need to do anything
But
that makes sense.
I want to see what came out of it because
Uncle Mike,
it's a feat.
Yes.
Uncle Mike, after speech, after the lady that was
Yes.
cooking, yes,
Yes.
Mhm.
somebody did something, and I reckon with that thing that once Nigerians are aware of this Guinness Book of Records stuff, that
Won't
these
be.
people should wait, they will see plenty records. Nigerians are just once
You
Nigerians once
do you
Nigerians
know?
get something like this, they will spoil the Guinness Book of Records one day because everybody is out just out to do the last thing. You go and read something that someone has done,
They look
and
it up and deal with it.
Nigerians are doing that Guinness.
You know,
A week after Hilda's achievement, the website of Guinness World Record people crashed because Nigeria has saved the place.
you know. Now I was playing with an idea recently, and I said very soon a Nigerian would after a long while decide to chew gum to see how long it would last in his mouth. Maybe chewing gum for 1 year or something. I don't something bizarre because that's the way we think, really.
Okay, let me take one of the stories from Omolara, who is unable to continue. I think he has a problem with the network or something.
Yeah,
Timaya calls
network.
for action over cattle headers in Bayelsa. Nigerian music star Timaya is raising the alarm over cattle headers destroying farmlands in Bayelsa State. Taking to Instagram, he pleaded with the government to step in, saying, "Please, the government should do something. They are destroying farms in Bayelsa. Aboki, take your cows inside and feed them. This is so sad. This is yet another call for a lasting solution to the header farmer crisis in the country. It's worrisome. It's happening all over the place. It seems.
It is
You
sad.
know,
It is sad.
it's, they just overrun your farm and cows cannot discriminate. But at least the shepherds can. They have sense. They should
Yes,
take them.
these guys have a destructive tendency,
Oh,
and what is sad about this thing is they are being intentional and deliberate. Every day,
Hmm.
people complain about these things, and they make sure they invade everywhere. What is not even worrisome is the fact that these headers are not the actual owners of the cow.
hmm.
Hmm.
They are like athletes. They do this for their rich
Yeah,
men. Uh,
yeah. You're right.
And
True.
True.
these are their political elites. They see these things, they hear the destructions, they hear about the destructions, and they embrace it. They don't care. And
They
I'm like,
don't
what
care.
kind of a this? Everybody is complaining, and then take this thing back to your place. Go and do
Hmm.
ranching. Everybody has, I mean, every sensible place in the world, they do ranching for cows and herds and all these things. It's only these people. Sometimes you just question their motive. That what exactly do they want?
They
Because from
Hmm.
want.
to Osun, all the way to Bayelsa, even the eastern part, it's just them, and it's the same story. Then you invade communities, destroy. You remember when even prominent people, you remember when they did it to Chief Olufalai, and they
Yeah.
destroyed,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
nobody, no compensation, nothing. And then a lot of people have been killed by the same persons. I think
Yeah.
it's a place to declare a state of emergency too, if the government is
Hmm.
serious.
There's a scenario that we have kept for because we couldn't see you last week. And we'll tell you that we'll discuss later in Niger Trends about Supreme Court's supposedly the judgment in a similar in relation to something like this farmer header issue. We'll talk about that
Hmm.
later in the program. But let's take one more story from Esi-Ìfẹ. Then I'll take one from Omolara and wrap up on entertainment news. We have overshot our time. Yeah.
US-based ethnomusicologist calls for music education in Nigeria. Sheyi Adebade is on a mission to make music education accessible to all Nigerians, not just the privileged few. He believes that by harnessing music as social capital, more Nigerians can benefit culturally and financially. Could affordable music education transform Nigeria's creative landscape?
Maybe we could ask Alex that question because Nigerians now they will say, "Now music you go chop music education, no, not to listen. No, this is education." Alex, are you there? Could affordable music education transform Nigeria's creative landscape? Alex is not there. Okay,
He's not there. He's not there. He's not there.
we keep the
I
question for him till next. That
next
you
week.
want to help him?
No, no, not quite. I just feel that what that statement depicts to me is the kind of enlargement, so to speak, that music has taken its root in Nigeria. I somewhere along the line, I studied the rate at which our musicians were releasing songs. And honestly, I was awed. I was awed. And they were not just releasing music songs, just anything. You listen to the lyrics of these songs, really good music arrangement, everything perfecto, something that a late Chris Agilo would have actually stirred up. Yeah, had he been around. And I feel that we've done well in that area. Maybe, and most of them don't have any musical background. Most of them, yeah, it's true. All they have is just the creativity, the talent, and then the drive and to move, and that's what has been happening. So I'm not saying we have junks there. Rather than have junks there, we have discovered that the freedom they have has actually improved their ingenious capacity over time. And I think they've done well. They've done very well, and they're doing well.
Okay. Omolara too has done well. She's back. Are you? Can
Sorry
you
for
speak
that
now?
break. Yeah, my
Yeah.
network internet went off.
You took us back to the NTA of the 90s and the 70s, 80s. That's a very common phrase. Sorry for that break in transmission. If you are back, please take the story of Dukbe Jayesimi. And that's the wrap up. We are closing for the day on entertainment news.
Actress Dupe Jayesimi opens up about childlessness at 60. Veteran actress Dupe Jayesimi has shared a deeply personal revelation. She turned 60 without having a child of her own. In a candid interview with Bola on social media, she spoke about suffering a miscarriage during her first marriage and how that led to a painful divorce. Despite the challenges, Dupe remains hopeful, and we join her in wishing for the fulfillment of her heart's desire.
Hmm.
Amen. We all
Amen
need
to
that.
that.
That's a very traumatic place to be.
60.
60 and looking towards the face of God to mother your own child. So God will help you. God will help you. And the miracle will come forth. Okay. On that prophetic note, take a break and we'll come back with so whatever we can salvage from the time being. Okay, let's take a short break. This is both commercial and musical. I'll see you at the other end of.
We're on break now.
Sir?
I said we're on break.
Yeah, we thank God.
We can speak. Everyone was quiet, so I was wondering what was going on.
What did you say?
I didn't hear you.
Yes, you can speak. Yeah, you can speak guidedly. Guided by, because we're still live on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
In the Niger talks, there's a lot about the state of emergency in Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if anybody looked at it from the angle that the president may have saved the governor from being impeached.
Yeah. I thought about it too, which I doubt. But I thought about it.
Mr. Alex,
Yes.
I didn't hear your last line.
Yeah, I was saying Mr. President may have saved the governor from being impeached.
The president said state and all the working parties, but I don't know. People have been funny and saying all kinds of things. I don't laugh. The way those guys were going, they would have got done everything because those were parties who were not ready to sit towards that. They just wanted to destroy everything. In fact, they strike me like people who don't know the value of life and things generally.
Well, the general politicians, people being in power and seem not care about the people they represent.
Hi everyone, good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Daddy, put your face. Oh.
Get your text ready.
Yes, sir. I have them. I have the text.
This girl deserves an award. The song playing in the background. I love the song.
Oh, Ara Star.
Ira.
Particular track. I love it.
Ira.
Yes. AY-double-R-A.
AY is A.
No. AY-double-R-A.
But what does that really mean? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I saw the name. Last time I did the composition on her, I forgot to know. It's a Yoruba name.
It sounds like a regular Yoruba
Mr. T, can you hear me?
Okay.
I can hear you now.
I'm going back on air.
Okay, all right.
The song you listen to was All the Love by Ira Star. I've been corrected, it's not Ira, it's Ira Star. I don't know why they can't just write normal human being style. Just simply do some concussions to it. You have to start. The other day I was, is it final or fino or you know? Oh. It took well.
I just wanted to add that you're not equipped to take care of if Ira Star's fans come at you.
I don't care. Is it not what I did it?
Could it?
That would be the news, though.
Why you don't sick? I don't kill you. Okay. Yeah, welcome back. This is still the Vintage Talkshow with the Father and friends. We are back. Mr. T is around. Bosun is around. And can you believe it? Alex Ogundadegbe is around. Omolara Famuyiwa is around. And Arogundade is around.
Full
Joining
squad.
us on the online squad is how will I call it? Air Force Base correspondent, security analyst, oh, yeah, co-commentator, um, Akindamola, Adeboye. Good morning, Akindamola.
Good morning, Uncle Fudge.
Good morning. Okay, you call him the lecturer. You can see from the voice that he's still in class. And joining us live in the studio is the one that says that adorable is not enough. It's beautiful and delectable and dark and lovely and everything together. Good morning this morning, Tamilore.
I don't want to put myself in this kind of position.
Oh, Tamilore is in too. I didn't notice her coming. Oh. Good morning,
Good
Tammy.
morning. I want to issue a public apology. My apologies for everything I said. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. How do lawyers say it now? She has is it rescinded? Is it rescinded or is it recanted? We thank God for that. I'm not saying I have one on her, but it's okay. We're moving on to Nigeria trends. Nigerian trending stories in Nigeria. And let's discuss. Let's start off. Number one. Let's see.
Okay. Abuja truck explosion. 10 dead, 30 injured. Tragedy struck at Karu Bridge along the Abuja-Kebbi Expressway as a truck explosion claimed 10 lives and left 30 others with severe burns. The Federal Capital Territory Emergency Management Department confirmed the incident, with multiple victims receiving treatment at multiple hospitals. A second truck lost control at the same spot a day later, but no casualties were recorded. Authorities urged motorists to drive cautiously and use the 112 emergency hotline in crises.
The first, Nigeria with emergency management or mismanagement, the first reaction from that explosion was that the bomb has exploded in Abuja or in the market or in this and that, as a corollary to what is happening in Aso Rock and political space and all that. It's like, don't start to, Wahala don't start to Nigeria. It's like we look for Wahala and problems. We're expectant that something must happen suddenly, but it's quite tragic. 10 lives and several others were injured, severe burns, we're told. We just need to be more careful. Our authorities also have more proactive. The same spot, another trailer upturned itself. It's that's how it happened in Jigawa. It happened in Lagos. It happened again. This same
Otedela Bridge.
Bridge. It's I don't know what used to be in that Otedela Bridge. What used to be there?
Fudge.
Bosun,
Don't ask me.
What used to be in that place? Because it's virtually every other month.
Just a road that passes through and moves towards Ibadan.
Funny enough,
the old road. The old road.
If you dig back far, something used to be in that spot that they are not happy.
I knew.
Now I get where you're going.
Let me quickly respond.
Let me
there's nothing spiritual about that place, though. Nothing spiritual. A lot of people have said things like that, and there's a tendency to start thinking we're Africans, like it's a particular time, and it's not so much is that it's serious. But what I noticed is that the construction of that road, one, the side is very narrow. That's the side, the what do you call this?
The outer lane.
The outer lanes, they're very narrow, and then the vehicular traffic there is too high. That's one.
It's high.
Then there's a way that bridge is constructed. And most times, I think what they need to do there is put a speed limit there. Because, it's an express road, but there's a way it should be regulated. Because the construction of the road is quite funny. So it's easy for trailers to trip. That's one of the things I'm saying. Because there was a time I actually went there and we looked at it that the thing is bent. I don't have the technical words for it. Concerning the construction, it's really constructed. So, and trailers who are on high speed can easily trip around that place. The service lane is the one I'm referring to. In fact, I've seen containers try to go under the bridge and they get stuck. So it's a very funny thing. The government needs to come up with a bit of regulation in that area to forestall further disaster. That's what I'm saying. And then the pastors and the imams can also pray.
Bosun, you've forgotten to add the fact that there are so many illegal motor parks there, bus stops.
Yes.
I said so last week. Go back and check that account. I think the last count was about five spots, and then no pedestrian crossing, nobody. Cars can make U-turn on a highway. You get to a point you can turn back and say you are going back to Lagos. You are no longer going towards Redeem, and it's a lawless point, very lawless area, and nobody's checking. Now you talked about speed limits and all. My question is this: a friend of mine, the FRSC zone, was actually telling me something. He said what they discovered that some people can't even read road signs. They can't interpret the road sign.
True. Especially those commercial drivers. Yeah.
They don't have an idea. They don't really have an idea. Ask them questions.
You know why?
Let's hear from Akindamola, please.
Last Wednesday we were there, and one of my younger friends was telling me they need to construct a fire fighting brigade in that place. And I said no. That is you are treating it. You are not looking at the cause. And what Bosun said is very instructive, because the road, I don't know if it is Lagos. The road itself, it's a federal road, yes. But that place, I don't know if it is Lagos that is going to take it up or the federal government. But I think it's more of a responsibility of Lagos, because they collect all those taxes for tenement rates.
No, not only Lagos. Ogun State veers into this place too. I have seen Ogun people in their green and something white. I can't remember the color of their own.
You're correct. So that
they also come to operate here.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that let's all of them go back to that spot. Stand just like Bosun had done with his friend. Look at what causes these things. Because and funny enough, Bosun was talking about the road. The road itself, there are some places, if you are not familiar with them, the road will literally take your vehicle out of that place. If you are not really familiar, because if you leave the steering on a normal day, on a normal road, you leave the steering, you are supposed to go just straight and not veer off. But that road itself, if you are not conversant, So I think something very fundamental has to be done.
It's a mechanical thing. I even think it's a structural thing. I'm sorry for you. Okay, now see, since Muhyiddin Harumire died on that road, 2008, that's 16 years ago. I've been suspecting that. I've been suspecting that. Just a curve, slight curve like this. The guy went off the road. They say because maybe he slept off, all kinds of things. People have died in that 16 years. How many people have died? How many properties have been destroyed? How many lives have been lost?
I mean,
so for you to find out.
There's a video trend. There's a video trending that the last one that happened on Ojekunle Bridge, that houses got burnt both on the left and the right. The Redeemed Church that was in the middle didn't get burnt. That is the video that is trending now. And people are usual to do. we look for the spiritual causes first, not the scientific causes. And that's what is happening now. Everybody's talking about everybody's talking about prayers. Everybody's talking about traditionalists and taking appeasement to that place. Meanwhile, the place was a virgin land, and a road, scientific road, was constructed. And instead of looking for a scientific cause for those things, and
Okay. Let's find the scientific. Let's find the scientific. Let's prove scientifically.
Uncle Fudge.
Or that,
Fudge.
Yeah.
Uncle,
yes.
Sorry, quick word. Uncle Chi said something that people can't read road signs. People can read road signs. Is the same people, they go to UK. You'll be driving like this, you just see 50 on the floor. You will slow down.
Oh, no,
because they are
Bosun, they are not the same people, no. Bosun, no. Bosun, I will argue this one. They are not the same set of people that travel, no.
What I'm saying is that by the time they sanction you and they take your means of livelihood away, you will learn how to read road signs.
I understand you now. Yeah, I get you now.
That is talking about is they are not people like you that are driving your own car or somebody else's car. Though. They are talking about the commercial truck drivers and all these things. I sat beside one
in the face of sanction. People comply.
People will learn how to read.
They sanction them now. They've been sanctioning them.
They don't, sir. What they do is they collect tips on them. They collect tips from them.
No. They also sanction them. Be careful what you say in public because they can be actionable. Lawyers here will tell you and they will collect your brief. But you see, they sanction. I mean, it can be all over the place. They do sanction because I see what they have seen from people. A lot of document that they have seen from people that people have to come to training. Come and if you come to that Ojodu's place, you will see a lot of people. They have been orientated about it. It's not as if they are going to learn, or maybe they will learn. I don't know. But they try to push it upon them to study the science. There are people who are completely ignorant of those science. They failed the test repeatedly, and they kept on sending them back. But it's God will help them in that way. But they need to do more. They need to do more, and they make it more integral into our system.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it? I feel like there are more accidents happening nowadays. Is it there are more accidents or the reporting is higher? Because I've seen a whole lot more accidents in the past 1 or 2 months, maybe 3 months. That I saw maybe.
I think it's a matter of the two factors. Now it's easier. You don't have to wait for the main media to hear the report.
No, even last year.
No, you don't have. I mean, this has been happening for the past 5-6 years. It gives you instant reports.
Yes.
People have to report people dying. They're helping them.
Mm-hmm.
They will take the pictures. They will wait. They plug the road that the fire service can't get there because citizen journalists are at work. And then and their frustration is.
I saw that Otedola picture.
No.
Around.
Wait to go and help.
And the fire was still burning. Is that
one of our colleagues, Mr. T, one of our colleagues, Dr. Ladipo, it was just 10 seconds away from destruction. His car was, his mechanic was hoping that he would come over to him. He died there, and they were looking at him about less than 50 meters away.
Uncle Pa, I know that person. I know that person.
What?
Yeah, confirmed. Yeah. My wife was just telling me this morning.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. They want to run away. Nobody
Yeah. You were supposed to go and pick up the vehicle. You were supposed to go and pick up the vehicle. The mechanic, the apprentice, they got burnt.
Frustration and depression have increased in such a way that you see somebody driving and his mind is not on the road. He's thinking of house rent, student school fees, all these problems that used to be there, but they are now so intense, so biting.
In the past month or two alone, I've seen just driving on the road. I've seen 3 accidents happen.
It has increased. There's so much.
Said construct a firefighting office there. may not be far from correct. Do you know, sir, if you're coming from CMD Road and you want to do under the Otedola Bridge to get back to Alabama, you know there's a massive pipeline. There's a massive pipeline there.
Yes. There is. Yeah.
On the not right side, yeah.
That on his own.
That's a very serious danger, yeah.
Serious danger, there's the potential danger. So maybe they need to actually construct something there that can actually fight fire or this kind of accidents.
Okay.
Yes.
Because whatever pipeline is there is massive. And I know it's carrying some maybe gas, maybe oil, but there's a danger. So I think something definitely has to be done there. And some monitoring.
I remember that building. I went there mistakenly to go and buy a gas cylinder. I thought it was the second coming. So I stopped there and I was stopped from entering. It was massive. I mean, like this is a NASA kind of installation, massive construction. And they're not doing anything that you can see from outside. So we need that fire service installation around that area. The carnage on that road is too much, you know. And like I said, we are suspicious. I mean, what do you call us? What are those superstitious people?
Let me add to that superstition, please. May I add to that superstition? Now, please tell me, what's the name of the area in Abuja that this thing happened? Something bridge.
Karu
Bridge.
Karu.
That's Karu. This one is Kara.
Yeah.
Hey.
This one is Kara.
I don't know how you Kara. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. The hot topic, the hot button topic of today. The state of emergency. We have about three or so different stories on it. Let's move.
Peter Obi condemns National Assembly over Rivers emergency rule. Labour Party's Peter Obi has slammed National Assembly for approving the state of emergency in Rivers via a voice vote, calling it unconstitutional. Obi insists such a major decision requires a formal roll call vote to ensure transparency. He warned that bypassing due process weakens democracy and sets a dangerous precedent.
I think we should
weakens democracy.
We should read all the stories, so that we can tackle it at once, going back and forth.
Right.
Go on to the second one.
Okay. Attorney General defends Rivers emergency rule, blames Fubara. Attorney General Lateef Fagbemi has blamed Rivers State Governor Fubara for the crisis that led to the emergency rule. He accuses Fubara of ignoring a Supreme Court ruling, failing to rebuild the demolished assembly complex, and not addressing militant threats. He insists President Tinubu's intervention prevented outright impeachment that could have cost Fubara his position. Next one, Tinubu's emergency rule in Rivers faces backlash. President Tinubu's decision to impose emergency rule in Rivers State has sparked outrage from political heavyweights like Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Femi Falana. The move, which suspended Governor Fubara and the State Assembly, is seen by critics as unconstitutional. However, pro-Wike lawmakers support the action, accusing Fubara of defying the Supreme Court.
Gentlemen, this is Fubara versus Mr. President. Fubara versus Wike. Where do we start from this? I also read or listened to Senator Kingibe, who was part of this current Senate, lambasting the Senate for using voice votes to pass the statement on the state of emergency by the president. I had to appeal to Bosun to show up today. If you remember last week, we mentioned that Bosun has just suffered the loss of his dear mother, who passed away earlier this month. So if you know Bosun and then the Jebu area, this the woman was 79. So it's a celebration of life. And Bosun typically cannot be in a position where he has to look for things that will the day glorious uh, for the beloved one. So he has given us, he has considered us to join us today in spite of the circumstance and situation. And we're
Yeah.
glad to have him because we have kept some of these legal issues awaiting him. So he's our special guest today, actually. He's a special voice today. Now,
Ben.
is it right? Does it speak well for the Senate that they now to deploy voice votes in a way when they are supposed to have a recorded two-third majority decision on the state of emergency, a very critical national agency. So, what's your position on Boston?
First of all, I think we should look at what's on ground. There are two issues on ground. The first one is the state of emergency, which by Section 305, and we see in Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution, that the president can actually declare a state of emergency. So, and they gave conditions and preconditions with which the state of emergency can actually be declared. It says if there's imminent danger, the country is at war, and then it says that if uh, a state or part of the federation there's problem and all, those are the conditions under which it can declare a state of emergency. In fact, there's another provision that's in under that same section 305 sub 4, which says that a governor can actually beckon on the president to declare a state of emergency if he gets one vote of his House of Assembly. So now those are the preconditions for declaration of state of emergency. Now, so what happened in Rivers? I've seen people talk about the fact that they've tried to juxtapose with happenings in other areas, that Lagos had something recently. And so one of the things we also have to make people understand is let's say a state of emergency. And then the second thing is suspension of the governor and the legislative house.
Yes.
I mean, the legislative part of the state, Rivers State. So on the first one, was there data? Was there something? In fact, it says if there's imminent danger. So there's actual danger, it's imminent danger. Now, between you and I, from what we have seen in Rivers, the way that thing was going, it was going to go south.
Yes,
There was an imminent, and you had parties who were resolute, who were ready to bring down themselves and bring down the state. So I think the president calling for the state of emergency or declaring the state of emergency was in order, as far as I'm concerned. So, as far as the law is concerned, now people can come and rationalize and say all kinds of things. Some who are juxtaposed with what is happening in Lagos. Lagos had a political solution that was used when the Obasa thing. The state was heated up, but there was a political solution which people also complain about. Now, one of the things I can say here confidently is that whichever side you stay, people will complain. So, one other thing we also have to note is that the president is the chief security officer of this nation. So, the safety of lives and property resides in his bosom. Now, another thing about state of emergency is that it can be called off, even sometimes earlier than 6 months, because what the law described is about 6 months. And if the situation lingers before the expiration of the 6 months, the president can get an extension of 6 months but from the National Assembly with a 2/3 vote. So that's as far as that goes. Now, on the suspension of the governor, we've seen cases upon cases. We've seen previous cases, the one Dariye and other ones where people actually went to challenge when Obasanjo took out the governors along with the state of emergency. Can we continue? I think.
Yeah. Hello? Oh, the studio is off.
Hello.
Let's continue, please. Let's continue, please.
So
We never can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we've had this kind of instance before where
You remember? Yeah, sure.
So do we wait?
No, you know why? Let's go on because the feeds are on Facebook and on the other platforms.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yes.
I'll
I think
launch you
they
back.
are
I have to break. I have to break into music. I don't know what happened. The whole line just went off. Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yes, very much.
We can.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can.
I'll rejoin you. I'll launch you back when it's on. Gets on.
Okay.
Somebody was even trying to call. I didn't see. Thank you. You're able to spread it higher or wider. Can you do more?
I don't believe so. Only this full screen.
That's the end.
That's it. Unless you're expecting to add somebody else.
Can you be there? But if somebody comes in, how will I know?
Who's missing?
Huh?
Who's missing?
Huh?
Who else are we going to add? Are you expecting?
Omolara may want to come. Alex may want to come.
Or we can check Jerry if you.
Okay. I wish you could use camera sometimes to picture them. Since your mom is not here, camera may not go there.
It won't.
I don't like the music.
Then let me not be judging. Is there any Ashake song that you like? Is there any Ashake song that you like?
Ah, there are many. Mr. Money.
Okay. The line that took me out in this this one that we're doing, this thing that we're reading now is the part where it says weakening democracy. I'm like, we barely have a phone. So I've been talking to you since you don't hear anything. I will speak to my is it no, not co-debaters, my co-host people. Please, the only thing that I had in this hour.
You know your Facebook or YouTube.
It's fine. So this part where it says something accused, he warns that bypassing due process weakens democracy and sets a dangerous precedent. Weakens democracy. I'm like, we barely have a functioning democracy. It's like how this is something.
The arguments are other.
We will talk from morning till night. We will not end because what we have is not a functioning democracy.
Well, there are types of democracies that are peculiar to each region and each state. So even the American democracy has been said not to be the best of democracies, particularly if you compare it with what happens at Antennes. The Antenian democracy is different from what we have here. So
it is different.
It's just big. All right.
When it comes to governance, democracy, and stuff like that, you hear discussions on air and off air. So the network hijacked Bosun's voice and is back, trying to explain. You know, there was a quote I was looking for by your national president, NBA national president, who also opposed the state of emergency. You know, and they all quoted the same thing you are quoting in section 305. And they always mention the same thing. I always saw imminent danger. And I was wondering, so what's happening in does it appear that it was imminent to them? Because it was obvious that there's going to be crisis. The actors are not relenting.
There were threats of taking out installations and all.
Yeah. I also think from my own angle that, well, I wouldn't say it was too late in coming into effect, because I saw the dangers, I saw what was happening there, and I kept on saying, even on very many radio discussion programs I've been, I kept on saying that what is happening in Rivers is an invitation to a state of emergency. People laughed on that station, and they said, "Are we still practicing militaries?" I said, "You'll be shocked." Because there will be no president who will be in charge of a nation and allow that thing to continue festering. Do you know that several times he's had discussions with them, with the warring parties? Yes, not when I say severally is many times intermittently, right? I cannot say how many times. Then that's one. Then the elders of the state. You know the function of elders in a situation like this. You felt it more in Lagos, when we had a small in program in Lagos. The elders came from everywhere. They invited. They got up. In case of Rivers, did they get up? What did they do? Well, it kept knocking my head. Are they placating? Are they clapping for one person against the other? People are suffering. Budget has not been read. Oga, come and read budget. He didn't read budget. He went from there. They removed House of Assembly structures. It was imminent. You didn't need a soothsayer to tell you that thing was going to probably get to a point where it would crash. You didn't need a soothsayer. And we kept on hanging and banging on this thing. Look, Oga, Governor, don't do this. What is wrong? What is wrong? And then president wakes up and declares this thing. Okay, constitutional issues will come. This thing is not legal. It's illegal. It's whatever. Oga, where were you all? Where were you all when this thing started and festered and festered and festered on? Even on this program, personally, I remember I talked about Rivers and I said, people, I love Rivers. I love Rivers State a lot. Leave whatever, leave it out, sentiments out. But a state going through that, how many people were left in the assembly? And they were still trying to pass laws and pass what, it wasn't a good example for political students. It wasn't a very good example. And we have so many people trying to read political science these days. Oh, guy, it wasn't a good example at all. It wasn't a good example.
Okay, Bosun, listen to this. I got this message from a listener, Bidemi Durodola. He says, "Good morning, Faj. People are not arguing about state of emergency declaration. The problem is, did he, I suspect she's talking about the president, did he have the power to remove an elected governor?"
So I was going to address that.
Okay. So do you want
all right. So now, so the position of the law is clear. Governors, and in fact, this thing triggers down to local government. These people are elected by the populace or by the citizens, and they cannot be. The citizens have actually given them their mandate. So the governors are there on the mandate of the people. It's only the people who can actually remove them, not the president. Mm-hmm. Now, so there are preconditions also for such removal, which has to come from two-third majority. I mean, sorry, not majority now, two-third of the National Assembly.
Hello?
For there to be a suspension of the governor.
Hello?
Can you hear me, sir?
Hello? Sorry, but yes, I can. But there's a call is trying to come in. I'm trying to. Hello? Hello, good morning. Oh, what's happening? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Something is wrong with the line. It's on. Hello, good morning. Okay, boss, I think you should go ahead. The caller will try again.
So on the state of emergency, we've cleared that the president has the powers to do that. On suspension of the governor, the president does not have unilateral power to do that. except with the consent of the National Assembly. So, but what has happened here was that the president had gone ahead without the National Assembly on the suspension of the government. That's why you saw that same day when people started challenging it. The next thing was the leadership of the assembly came and said they were consulted. And people came and said, the law didn't say you should be consulted. The law states specifically that a certain number of persons must approve of this suspension before that can be done. That's why you now saw the president rushing back to the National Assembly to secure their consent. So this was a case of medicine after death. All right. Now, so that's where Camilora's issue came up on what she raised earlier, that it's a threat to democracy. Whatever kind of democracy we have, I mean, when you start doing things not according to the books, you now have a problem. Now, let's even now assume that they've gone to the president rushed, realized what he did wasn't according to the law. He went to the National Assembly to ratify. Now, ratification is what you do after you've done a particular thing. What the law says is you get the consent, not ratification. Unless you concede and give it to him. Now, what the Akpabio Senate, I deliberately called it the Akpabio Senate, has done, they've not been very tidy with a lot of things. And I think they need to call the leadership of the Senate, and that they should just, how many times do they say they should sit down and face this work? Because you cannot determine two-thirds by voice vote. You know that you were saying those four saying yes, those say nay, and it says the A's have, you know, that thing is, that's not the position of the law. It's indicated by voting, and then you should have counted the vote to ascertain that you got two-thirds of this thing, because this is a sensitive and serious thing. And people, as fragile as much as people don't really fancy, you know, the government and how things are being done, people don't want military rule, except the Gen Zs and those who never saw the military. They are the ones, or those who were calling that, you know, those who feel military rule, those who never saw the military are the ones who will call for military rule. People who saw the military in action will never wish for it, whether at the state level or at the local government level. So that's the thing. So for me, the president hasn't scored 100% on this. Fine, he was trying to save a situation, but when you want to do things according to the law because of precedents. Some people quoting Obasanjo, some were quoting. So I feel we need to stay by the books. If you feel the constitution is not adequate, move for them to amend it to accommodate things like this. Because it was a tricky situation and the president had to really step in, which for me, he did a very fantastic job. But doing a fantastic job, not according to the books, has also smeared what he has done. That's my position.
Okay, you also, it's also, I mean, talking about quoting people, even the Mr. President was quoted for what he wrote in 2013 against the action of President Jonathan then, when he declared the state of emergency.
And that just shows us that we have to be circumspect in our criticism. Because, like I said, the president is the chief security officer. The same people blaming him because nothing serious had happened. If he had waited another 2-3 days, if the impeachment had failed, I tell you what will happen in that state may be uncontrollable. So at that level, will say, but you are there, you are an elder. Why were you looking? You know, people can.
What are you looking at? Yes.
For them. So the fact that he wrote something, he wrote that thing as an ex-governor. He wasn't even a governor when he wrote it. So you can't paint the inside of the house from outside. It's the person who is inside who can say what he is feeling. As then he was writing as a non-state actor. Now that he is on the seat and he knows how Do you know what it is to blow all oil installations and pipelines? This one that just taking our quota of
set us off back so bad. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ojifowora. We'll take a short break and come back to talk more on these and other issues. Why am I'm not able to get the calls in?
Yeah, I was going to.
It was a nice thing to see.
Sorry, Fudge. Hello, Fudge.
Sir?
Your call lines, are they passing through the Jazla? Or in the console?
Yeah, it's passing through the console.
It's passing through the console. Okay. Oh, no, there's nobody there. What you should do, if you can do it, is change the input end of the call to another input in. So you'll be taking a fader, another fader to control it. Probably it's blocked on that first fader.
Let me ask Philmon that he should come and help me with the phone. I can't connect with them.
Thank you. Call the guy in. He will know what to do. He swaps the input and let's check it quickly. Because it's not good when calls come like that and you can't engage them.
We're not able to,
It's ringing
again.
It's
calling again.
It's blimping. Blimping, I guess. Yeah. It's like a bit.
Hello? Hello? Oh.
Interestingly, I think something is coming out from the audio from this end.
I don't know why I'm not able to, because I can't put my audio on. Commercial is going on now.
Commercial is going on now. You need a technical assistant. You need a technical support. Let me get that guy quickly. Huh? We still have time for calls now.
You still have time, yeah.
My learned colleague. Are you about to start?
Hello. Oh. I'm still trying to get in contact with my callers. Technical issues we're trying to solve here. Hello? Hello, somebody. The lines are open. I can see calls coming in, but I can't connect with you. Please keep on trying. We also try on our end to fix whatever is blocking the communication. I don't know why. But it's Nigeria. We must talk about it. You can't get tired. Okay, so please keep on trying so that you can air your minds and say your views. Hello? 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 I remember that song. Hello? I'm preparing for... I couldn't do that.
The one that came to my mind is hello.
I can't get.
Good. We're in.
What did he say? Who? The guy?
Nothing. He just came to remove something.
Can we stay camera?
I'm not moving all the plugs.
Okay.
Better.
Hello. At last. Hello. Hello, I can hear you. Good morning. Oh, good morning. We've been trying to get your voice. It's I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for calling out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. Okay. Yeah. 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 Mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm.
Mr. T, can you hear
Yeah, I can hear you.
the person on the call?
Thank you, Larry.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear.
Oh,
So that is going to do transliterations, so we cannot get it. I
Okay.
don't even know where's everybody.
not sure, but we're still on air.
We're still on there.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
That could be done. Yeah. Violence. Yeah. Mm. Responsible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Peace to reign. Yeah. 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 We have a oiler. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Larry. Your points are very, very legitimate, and they make sense. Thank you so much. On the legendary issue, we keep praying about it. Thank you so much. My regards to the family, and have a wonderful weekend. Mr. T, I suspect you probably didn't hear our conversation. Uh,
It wasn't suspicious. We didn't hear.
well, I,
We
don't know,
didn't hear.
I think it goes straight to my head can,
Oh
and
yes, I know. It's the routine of the output. I know.
yeah, yeah. So, but the sum total is first of all, it was advising that I should not run away from being a legend or being a veteran. That it's not sometimes about age, it's about years put in and the volume and of output and input and all sorts of that. And that
Yeah.
people like also shirk or run away from being tagged like by the Gen Z. For instance, he mentioned something, some nice things some Gen Zs did to me, meaning my students when they celebrated me in
Yeah.
the class in
I saw
surprising
that.
way. That so sometimes some of them are learning and are responding to agehood, so to speak. You know, but then on the political issues, I was trying to buttress the point of Bosun, claiming that even if the president had done the right thing or so,
Mhm.
can we say that he has fully exhausted all avenues for peace? Did he have? I mean, when they mentioned a point when Fubara was mentioned about he will give signal in one of his conferences, I said we should call him and ask him, please, if you foment trouble, you will be held responsible. Call him to a security meeting and iron that out. And then will you say you are unaware that one of your executive members, one of the members of your federal executive, is also part of this problem? That did you, for any time, call Wike to say you and your pals stop all this foment, stop all this troublemaking. Don't call
Mhm.
problem in rivers. No impeachment. No this. No that. Let peace reign for this period. Have you done that? Did you call him to order? You know, have you
Mm.
exploited all avenues before? And then that if
Mm.
you have to invoke what do you call it? This emergency rule. Do you have to
Mhm.
remove the
Mhm.
governor? Do you have to remove the legislators? People have done state of emergency where the governor is still in the house, but they have shortened his powers within a specific number of days or time and all that.
Okay.
That
Yeah, I get you.
the governor and all that. You can make the governor like a non-sequitur, no active, but you don't have to
Yeah.
take him away. He was because he didn't put him there. You know, so that's some total of his
I
point.
think fact that he is actually right, but he falls back to government. I don't think enough
Mm,
consultation was actually carried out by the
mm,
presidency before this thing
mm,
happened. And that's always been the case. We don't feel the input of the supporting valves of his aides. When I use the word aides, I'm talking about ministers, high ranking. You know, in a
yeah,
situation like this, they come round you, you sit down with them. That was a big goof. Going to make the announcement before sending it for approval. It was a snag, but so also looked at it legally, and yeah, it was a big snag. And then they now found it back into that situation, and wasn't the House and the Co and the Senate and Co also worsened it. That's an AA situation, the voice votes thing. They should just walk past it.
just
I can't remember who actually said that
yeah.
before they met, that everybody should go there with a note, stand out and say, "This is my name. I'm representing this company. I vote for a state of emergency." Let them record it.
Mr. T,
Electronic
Mr.
voting
T,
now. I don't
I
know.
think we are forgetting the present situation we are in. We are looking at the ideal, and it bothers me
True.
because you are looking at what should happen in an ideal situation. Nigeria is not an ideal country. We are not an ideal people. For me,
Wow.
it was high wire politics in play. They knew the president didn't goof. It was intentional. They knew what.
What happened to your voice? We could argue this till 10 years. Oh. For 10 years, we argue this. Oh.
Yes, yes.
Because
I think we should move on.
Let's move on.
because
Yeah.
now it's clear. The written standards for
And I
it,
don't
I'm
think
guessing, are
I
clear.
don't think they have done anything different. This is what Obasanjo did. This is what Jonathan did. They don't
Yeah, it's not too
wait
different.
for they don't follow rule. They don't wait for consent. They wait for ratification.
Just
They
a
just do
mix,
it,
a
and then
mix of dictatorial and some
yes,
democracy.
yes, yes.
Just put a little bit
Well,
in there.
well, maybe
It's
that's what we
for
deserve as
balancing.
Africans. Maybe we don't need Western democracy, you know. But some of us will say, no, Mr. President, you are very wrong. You know, well, you see, and some are arguing, why is Wike still there? It's obvious that he was a co-combatant to this man. You know, Fubara is not fighting himself alone. He's not fighting the lawmakers alone. The power and the spine for the lawmakers to fight and wield power and survive this long is because there's a power in Abuja, and it's not Mr. President. It's one
He's
minister.
not Mr. President. He's not
One
Mr. President.
seemingly hardworking minister, I understand. But who has so much time and so much energy that he can fight in two places. And now people used to say there's no dog that is so mad and strong that can watch two houses. This man is doing the unimaginable. The unimaginable. Caller is with us. Hello, hello. Good morning. Yeah, who am I speaking with? Okay, Titi Lokwe, go ahead. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. 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 I get you. I get you. Hmm. Yeah. Enough now. Hmm. Thank you. Thank you, Zolokwe. Uh, what our caller was saying, he disagreed with you on one hand. I think you meant Bosun. Bosun raised the motion that people were comparing Lagos to rivers during the impasse when 36 legislators voted against Obasa, Obasa, and then it was reinstalled by force of Baba Sokwe, kind of a thing. And it's not the same kind of argument that could hold for that. Rivers is a different stake entirely. And essence of all that is that he also disagree with, is it me or somebody else, about the fact, yeah, I think it was me, that Mr. President is not the issue. That is not against Mr. Wike, I mean, as it is. That is against, it's a planned thing. That is, Wike is not the power that it's primed to be. I mean, that it's primed to us to be. That it's a
Okay.
power behind, there's a throne behind that. And the target is 2027. That all this shenanigans going on is towards capturing the state in 2027. And so it's not that UK is just being intransigent, being troublesome, and all that. Something pushing it. That, see, if a what do you call it? Is it a deaf or a dumb? I can't remember what in that proverb. If he's dancing in the highway, on the highway, dancing, that he look very well. The drummer is somewhere in the bush. He's not just dancing on his on his own, you know. So that's the summary of his intervention there. Okay, where are we? I think we should just leave Akindamola. Don't take us by on this Tinubu matter. We still have two or three stories that we have not touched, and we should go ahead.
Another call.
I think we will. Are you sure?
Sorry.
Oh, that's not. Mr. T is a very busy line today. We have another caller. Good morning.
It's good.
Good morning, sir. Who am I talking with? Good morning. Yes. What's your comment? Hmm. Mm. State of emergency. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. 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 Amen. They call her Bethel, I think, is saying that we're they call it like a miss priority. That places that deserve state of emergency, we are not imposing it. States where headers are killing farmers, farmlands are being destroyed, people's livelihood are being destroyed. People are not going to farm because of fear and all that stuff. And in such places, they don't declare state of emergency. It is where people are doing political bread and butter, and that's where president was rushing to go and emergency. And it is
Ah,
not legitimate argument.
Fudge,
Uh, he has a
Fudge.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, Fudge, I know he has a point. That's very good. But can I just leave this line to Governor Fubara? You don't open. You're the owner of the house. You don't open the house for thieves to come.
Mm.
Olomoto Shilakufule, Yoruba land. I will leave it like
Yeah.
that. He allowed this. Yes, he allowed it. Oga, you did. You allowed this. Okay.
Mm.
And on the other hand, for this latest submission, I believe that it's a very weak head that will allow this to continue. I'm still saying that. Whether
Yeah.
whether it is right here or wrongly, it has to be it has to be done. You could have your computations about 2027. They are planning this, but Oga there opened the door now. He didn't do well. Even his
Mm.
people have said it. They complained about it. They are still complaining. So for me, it's just well,
Okay, Mr. T. As you have
you know
said
that
now, just
Obe song, that Obe
just
song, because
use that obey song
Similar to
to
the
do your bye bye because we have finished.
I've said
We
bye
have a
bye already. I have said bye bye.
Okay, thank you, Akindamola. Thank you for joining us. We are not able to even share. We haven't finished the stories. We will continue next week to
Yeah.
discuss further. Thank you, Akindamola. Thank you, Mr. T. Tamilore,
Thank
thank
you,
you so
sir.
much. Esi-Ìfẹ,
Thank
thank
you.
you. We thank you all our callers. This is very
Mhm.
interesting. It was quite engaging. We must thank Bosun, Omolara, and everyone that tried to join.
And Alex,
And Alex Ogundadegbe, yes, it's true. In spite of the onslaught of the network people, we made it. So we will say, keep trying, keep holding on. Don't give up on Nigeria. There are things you see that will make you
Mhm.
shake your head. I wonder if you're in this country or this country can never change. No, it will one day. Some great people will come into power, and there will be some civilians, and they will do the right thing,
Yes.
and they will not be calculating, uh, humiliating, or careless and carefree.
That's
They will
true.
seek your welfare. They will want to get you on a level playing ground. They want to make it conducive for you to prosper, and then indeed you will prosper. That Nigeria will come. You just have faith. Don't give up. We'll see you next week. Stay blessed.
Yes. In
Bye
my
bye. Thank
lifetime
you.
and in my generation. Mr. T, we had like last day. No, it was even more. But we couldn't pick. I'm so glad. I'm so
no,
excited.
but this is good. So, Paj, you know something, yeah? The topics
Yeah,
have to be engaging. That's what it means for calls to
that's it.
come. And I like today, yeah. I like the sequence today. Take care, guys. Have a blessed. Faj, we'll talk tomorrow on phone. I promise I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay,
Have a
sir.
blessed day.
Yeah,
Bye.
that's a development.